Recording in progress.
Joined by Boston College, Coach Acacia Walker-Weinstein, Charlotte North, and Jen Medjid. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, questions for the student athletes, and then questions for Coach. Coach, go ahead.
I'm really proud of my team. I'm proud of my seniors, proud of the program. It was a really tough game. Carolina was excellent everywhere around the field. I give them so much credit. But I'm really proud of my team for fighting. To get here is really difficult. To win is even harder. But I'm really proud of our girls and their fight.
Take questions for the student athletes. Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you, and please direct the question to one of the student athletes. Matt.
Charlotte and Jen, just this is obviously a very tough time for this question, but just this moment, this atmosphere, game on ESPN, just how big of a moment for the sport did it feel?
I think it's huge. The game is in a great place, and it's only growing more.
Questions for the student athletes? Kenny.
Charlotte, with the way the sports growth, like you talked about, it's in great hands. But for you, since you've gotten to Boston College, what has the experience of being an Eagle been like for you?
I can't really put it into words. I'm forever grateful for Acacia letting me be a part of this special family. And I have the best teammates in the world. That's the hardest part of this, is having to walk away from them. But I'm forever indebted to them for giving me the memories of a lifetime.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Thank you.
Stay together. Okay.
Questions for Coach? Ed?
Acacia, was North Carolina doing anything defensively to try to keep the offense on the wraps?
Yeah, I think they adapted really well to the different changes that we had. I just think we needed to have a few more plays there at the end. Could have made some, different coaching calls to help. But they were amazing today. North Carolina was amazing, and so were we.
Dave.
Coach, Friday was more of an up and down game. This was kind of more methodical, a little slower. Was that the game plan going in? You just wanted to slow everything down and kind of keep possessions low?
Yeah, it was. We changed a little bit of our transition game today to try to have a little bit more left at the end. It worked for a long time. And then when we, adjusted and tried to kick it back into gear, that also worked. But we just needed to make a few more plays. And I should have had them in a different position in the end.
Kenny.
Coach, can you explain a little bit what made Melanie Welsh so effective today, face guarding Jamie? I mean, almost basically neutralized her on a defense that has plenty of stars. Why was she the one who you chose for that?
She's been doing that all season. People just haven't been noticing, but she's been shutting down the best players in the country all year. And there was a no-brainer to have her play on Jamie today. She's equipped for that moment mentally and physically. And so we knew it was her.
Acacia, first of all, congratulations to you and your team for an outstanding game, an outstanding season.
Thank you.
And it's really just a tremendous moment to see this many fans supporting women's lacrosse. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it has taken to get your team to a national championship 5 years in a row? Because this is just unprecedented. And I know this is really hard right now because you're not on the winning side of things, but I think a lot of credit probably goes to you and your coaching staff, despite the fact that you feel like you maybe could have made a few adjustments today.
Yeah. Well, these guys come to Boston College, to have this incredible collegiate experience. And, the common denominator between all of these girls is their intrinsic motivation to want to be great in all aspects of their life, academically, socially, professionally, and then athletically. And we demand so much from these guys. I mean, I think that's what hurts is like we expect so much and we push them so much to the point where it's, it can be unfair, but they sacrifice so much of their life and they give so much to each other. And I think that's how we get here. It's the girls making a choice to give up so much for each other to win. And, we tell them this, they risk everything with no guarantee. And I think that is so courageous and brave. And that's why I love them. I hope it's a lesson they'll take into the rest of their life.
Matt.
Keisha, 8,500 people here, and I'm sure a lot of them are fans and came to see Charlotte, came to see Jen. Them, but the others in your team, the impact they've had on this program, but in a bigger picture, the way they've kind of changed the trajectory of the sport.
Yeah, I think they're such dynamic people. They're incredible lacrosse players, but watching them handle the fans, I think we had 8,000 people at our regular season Carolina game too. Watching how they treat the fans and the families and take the time to acknowledge them and, they're changing those kids' life. Every time Charlotte, Jen, Belle, Mel, any of these guys, Rachel, sign an autograph, they're changing the trajectory of that kid's life. And I'm just so proud that they're not too big for that, or they don't have an ego. They take the time to treat those little girls the way that they would have been treated. And I just think that's really the legacy, is watching thousands and thousands and thousands of people follow our team around the country to watch them play.
Ed.
Keisha, Taylor Moreno made 11 saves, and I think 2 particularly in the last 5 minutes. Was she perhaps the X factor for North Carolina?
Yeah, she's an amazing goalie, and I think unfortunately they have a lot of X factors, but Taylor was one of them today, and she played great. She's a tough goalie to go against, but she's a great player and a great person, and congratulations to her.
Just talk a little bit about the impact Cassidy Weeks has had throughout this tournament. She has been playing so hard this entire season, and sometimes the two-way middies, you just don't realize how many hits they take, but the contribution that she's made to your team this year.
Yeah, I think the two-way middies were showcased today with Belle and Cassidy and even Ali Mastriani. I'm just so happy that they're on this big stage, because two-way middies it's the hardest job. But Cassidy, her work is like 20 years of hard work. This kid, she has this drive and commitment to the sport, since she was a little girl. And I'm just happy that on this stage, she was able to kind of showcase that and get a little bit of the spotlight, because hardworking players like that deserve it. And I'm so proud of Cassidy.
Anything more for Coach? Thank you.